Hey, what's up guys, Golex here, and there's something really strange. Okay, as you can see, we had the Wedding Bellies bonus. There was a bunch of single summon tickets, and now we have a wedding banner. But if you read, the adventurers and dragons added with this summon showcase are not limited. They will continue to appear in future summoning showcases. I like this because, you know, you don't want to wait for like another wedding banner to come around to get the units, but at the same time it's kind of weird that you just have a random wedding Elisann in the summoning pool. You have a random wedding out. She's a 5-star too. I want her. And you have a random wedding dragon. I mean, I guess it's cool. I already know I'm not gonna be summoning. I have 5k Wormites. That's not a good thing. I really need to save. So yeah, this is gonna be a skip. And since this is not limited, that's even better. If it was limited, I'd probably be putting in some stuff, some Wormite and some tickets into the banner. So it's a good thing that's not limited. I might buy some Diamantium though, do some single summons, because you know, I'm gonna want to summon a little bit, because I want an Elisann, a wedding Elisann. It would be very interesting to see the story in that. Like, I really want to see that. I haven't seen much on Aoi, so I don't care about her that much. So I'm really just looking forward to Elisann. So hopefully, maybe I can pull her out of a daily single. If not, then I'll just have to wait for like the next gala or something, or limited banner. So yeah, that's that. So let's actually go over the units.
I shall be at your side in sickness and health for all of my days.
If only I had someone like that. Anyways, alright, so she's a sword unit. Interesting. She has 480 strength. She's also a support unit and 795 HP. Adventure details: the mighty paladin adorns a white wedding dress and takes up her place at the front line to secure peace and victory for her land, as well as to remain with the man she secretly loves. So it'll be really interesting to see, you know, maybe, you know, some Elisann Yuden action in the story. I still want Mim for that Mim Yuden action. You know, ships are all over my mind. Anyways, skills: Sacred Union deals wind damage to the enemy directly ahead and creates a buff zone that lasts for 10 seconds. Gradually heals HP of characters inside. Okay, so that's pretty nice. Like if the boss, if you're fighting a boss, stands still, you can have like all of your AI units inside of that buff zone, and they can get continuous healing or gradual healing. So I like that. I like that first skill, and it's something we've never seen before yet. So that's pretty nice. And number 2, Wedding Bell deals wind damage to enemies directly ahead and creates a debuff zone. Lasts for 10 seconds and reduces the defense of enemies inside it by 15%. Alright, so she's all about having your allies or the enemy in a zone. And with that happening, for Wedding Bell there's a debuff, and for first skill it's a heal. It would be nice if there was like different buffs you have while inside the buff zone. Say for example like strength, but gradual healing, I'll take it. And Wedding Bell, yeah, that's very nice. The lowest I've ever seen for defense break or defense lowering was 5% on Maribel, but I'm probably just not remembering correctly. So that's the most I know, but this one has 15%, so you're gonna be dealing a lot of damage while the enemy is inside this debuff zone. So yeah, the only thing about that is if AI messes up, well, if you're doing co-op, then you won't have that issue. But it also depends on if the boss or enemies move away. So that's the one downside as to like just a straight up debuff. But hey, if it's like a raid boss, then you can pretty easily keep them in one spot because they usually do stay in one spot depending on their attack pattern. Anyways, blah blah blah. Of course, being a sword unit, that is 15% Dragon Haste. Ability Skill Haste, yes, that's definitely good for her first and second skill, so she can get those buffs and buff zones and debuff zones up. Bog Res, yeah, Bog Res is for you can use her for High Mercury, okay. And Strength Double Buff increases strength by 50% every time a defense buff is received. I think the Wind Sword might have a defense buff. If so, then that's great. Yes it does. Okay, so that skill is made with the 5-star Sword of Mind. Actually, let me just go back. I should have checked this beforehand. Oh god. Alright. No, that's a healing skill. So yeah, 5-star sword, that will make the most out of that one ability. Overall, I think she's really good for, well, it depends on how much of she's healing, but yeah, she's a good healer, good debuffer, but it really all depends on how the boss behaves. Oh, and here's a little bit of a note: the buff zone is not extended if you use buff time ability. Whatever. I mean, how long? 10 seconds. That's a decent time. That's a decent length of time. So we have another 5-star adventurer. I don't really remember. Yeah, the last time we had a double release of a 5-star adventurer on a banner was Curran and Heinwald. And I have both of them, and I didn't summon on banner, so maybe I can get both of them and not summon on this banner, you know? Maybe the trend will continue, but we'll never know. Well, Aoi, we finally have another dagger unit, so instead of seeing Ezalith, you might see Aoi. So finally, oh my god, the only dagger unit for so long was Ezalith, so we finally have another one. Strength 475, HP 800. She's a support unit. Okay. Another support unit, but you know, support is always good in a team. Aoi is practicing so-called ninja bride skills in a Hinomoto style wedding dress. Alright. Her new outfit isn't ideal for living in the shadows, but it opens up a number of intriguing possibilities. She's set on wearing a similar dress at her own wedding. So yeah, of course, that's you're just gonna be clearly seen in the shadows. So I guess it doesn't really fit her, but if I ever pull her, I can see in the story. Ninja Bride Sweep deals wind damage to enemies directly ahead, draws them toward the user, and inflicts sleep. We're gonna have to see the animation on that one. That seems pretty interesting. So I guess it's a distance skill. Well, like, it has a long range, and it brings the enemies towards the user. Okay, I don't know how it's gonna work with bosses, because with bosses, usually they probably won't be affected by something like that. But maybe they will, And inflict sleep, so I like that. That's pretty nice. Ninja Bride Stun Shower deals wind damage to enemies directly ahead and restores HP to all allies. Alright, so both of these brides are healing you, and that kind of makes sense as well, seeing as they're brides. And sleeping foes take extra damage, so it basically has like a sleeping punisher implemented into the skill. So yeah, I like that. Inflicts sleep and has more damage with sleep and also heals. But it's too bad that it's not on the first skill, so that means it's going to take a little bit longer for it to come on. A little bit longer for it to be available so that you can actually heal. Being a dagger, of course, she has 10% critical rate for co-ability, and her normal ability, sleep, team strength 15%. So this is similar to, I think his name is Norwin, the Shadow Bow. I don't think his name is Norwin. It's probably not. And Yachio buffs the entire team strength by 15. Oh, this time is, well, For the Dark Bow, it was whole team strength, but for Yachio herself, it's only for herself. But buffs entire team strength by 15% for 10 seconds upon successfully putting an enemy to sleep. After activating, this ability will not activate again for 5 seconds. With this ability in mind, you don't really want to bring units who inflict sleep, but of course you can. But at the same time, when other people inflict sleep on the enemy, that's not going to make her ability activate. She needs to inflict sleep herself in order for that to happen. So, but that's still a great skill right there. It just really depends on the units you have. Sleep, freeze res, okay. Would have loved to use her in, what do you call it? High Mercury, but whatever. I guess that's not possible. And striking haste. Okay, I was reading ahead because when I saw that, I got a little bit excited. Increases skill gauge fill rate by 12% when the user's force strikes connect. So yes, with dagger units, yeah, I definitely feel like the want to really use force strikes a lot. So yeah, really love that. So overall, she's pretty nice. I see Elisann being better though, in some circumstances. With her, drawing them towards the user, I guess, I don't know how I feel about that first skill, but her second skill is pretty nice. Well, her first skill also has a chance to inflict sleep, so yeah, overall she's pretty nice unit. Okay. Alright, we're missing a 4-star unit here, and that 4-star unit is Wedding What the heck? And that 4-star unit is Wedding Xania? Yeah, Wedding Xania. All I'm gonna say is Lowen's best boy, no one's gonna use her. Except if you actually care about her. I'm gonna use Lowen anyway. And for the featured dragon, Freyja. I'm pretty sure we never had this dragon before.
I shall teach you true and eternal blessings.
Oh, and there's that cat. A beautiful dragon who watches over love and harvest. Her gigantic staff, made from an ancient tree, spreads nature's blessings far and wide. She is adored by life and loves it in return, especially for her 2 feline familiars. So she has 2, but I only see 1. Yeah, I'm not really seeing another one, but I like that cat. It's adorable. Okay, first skill, Breath of Life, makes sense. Restores HP to all allies, continues healing over the next 20 seconds, and energizes the entire team. Alright, that's pretty nice for an all-out attack skill to happen. Alright. If the user is attuned to wind, HP increases by 30%, iffy. And for her second skill, skill haste 35%. Now, with that amount of skill haste, I wonder how fast you can get skills. Because like with base, yeah, Elisann has 8%. I don't know how much is like the most someone had before, but that's a whopping 44% right there. Nah, I'm probably leaving retarded. It might be 43. Yeah, it's 43. But that's a lot of skill haste. So you can potentially be putting out skills 24/7. Like you can put out a lot of skills with that. Well, it depends on how fast that is. I myself don't know. I'll have to test it out. But overall, she seems like a pretty nice dragon. She has heals. She has extra HP. Put it on Lowen to have like a lot of healing going on. And you could put on Elisann as well, but you probably want more attack for Elisann. Maybe. Well, like seeing as she's a sword unit and like not a healer, you like your first instinct is going to be strength, but I'm pretty sure the new dragon can work with Elisann, seeing as her buffs and debuffs. And with her first skill, she can heal a lot. Well, I don't know if she can heal a lot, but she can heal in a buff zone, so it could be pretty beneficial to put that dragon onto her. Anyways, that's it. Overall, I mean, summon if you want. Elisand seems pretty nice, but seeing as this is not a limited banner, then I feel like no one should really summon. Unless you're lacking on win units, which I doubt many people are, unless you're just starting. So yeah, I feel like it's not a needed banner to go on unless the dragon interests you to see for how much skill haste that is, or if like if Aoi or Elisand is your favorite character. You see, if those, like, always go for your waifus, because I went for Mim really hard, didn't get her though. Well, well, when saying that, that actually seems pretty bad. But you know, if it is your waifu, and she's basically your wife right there, if you get her, she's basically your wife. Go for it. But if you can resist the waifu charm, then I'd say don't summon. Anyways, I gotta try out Fafnir's, or whatever this is. Oh yeah, and this is coming back, so Big Sister and Lowen, really cool. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I'll be playing this. I'm just gonna play it first. I'm not really gonna record it and do first impressions, because I've already talked for like 17 minutes. Well, I don't really have a good excuse. I just don't want to. I'll do the video later. So, see you guys next time. Bye. Bridals, yay. But with the release of Bridals, we have the possibility of getting Bridal Mim at some point. I might need to save until then and not summon at all.